Hey there, folks. I guess this looks alright. Anyhow, here's my long-awaited, okay, not really, review of Dragon Age: Veilguard. It's alright. It's not as good as the other entries in the series, especially not as good as Origins and Inquisition. Inquisition was really good. No one can beat the Dragon Age Inquisition. Anyway, yeah, it's more linear and arcadey than I would like. It definitely feels like there were what to a PC gaming snob like me would be unnecessary concessions to console players. So things have to be simplified. And yet in some ways also made more complex by the fact that they expect me to have a controller with like 9 different buttons on it in my hand. So that's not great for me. I don't really want that. I prefer the way PC games do things when they don't need to keep the console people happy. And, yeah, the narrative is interesting enough, and the voice acting is top-notch, and character animation is getting reasonably, not uncanny, not horrifying. The people don't seem undead. There's still, there's imperfections, obviously, because we are still dealing with computer graphics here, so. And just to give your brain something to really chew on, we are entering the period where computer graphics have basically reached their apex. And that means that we're getting graphics and things that look almost like video. Like you just took a video of something. And that raises a bizarre question, because you can show someone footage of a game with amazing graphics that look real, and the person will just say, well, that's just video. That's just video of the thing you're talking about. That means we are on the dawn of approaching the video game equivalent of the advent of photography. Because when photography came along in the late 1800s, the common thing that you'll read in all your art history books is this freed artists from the need for representation to represent reality, and that let them get into surrealism and pointillism and things like that. Imagistic art, kind of stuff I tend to like, actually. And so we're getting in video games, we're getting to the point where we're not just going to be aping reality. We're going to do what video games do most, which is give you something that does not exist in reality. Maybe, and ideally, all that realism will be used for making the orcs you're fighting look really real. I wonder what's happening in relatively simple games. Like, golf games must be incredible now. They must look like you're right there on the links. Anyway, back to my review. So yeah, I've been enjoying the game. I did manage to get it to stop crashing by dropping the resolution down to 1920 by whatever 1920 goes with. 480? I don't know. And so it doesn't crash anymore, which is good, because, I've played enough of it now so that I can't return it. So, being able to actually play it is nice. And the combat's alright. I would really prefer it was turn-based because I'm old and my reflexes suck. And so the fights are tricky. Even though that I deliberately chose being an archer so that I could hopefully stay back from the battle while my allies actually engage the target and I just pluck arrows at their head. Doesn't seem to work out that way, though. I keep ending up with these, like, enormous, scary enemies, like, right on top of me, and that's exactly what a sniper does not want. But anyhow, it just makes me wish that I'd chosen to just be a big Kunari, basically giant, like 9 feet tall dude, a big Kunari ass-kicking guy in heavy armor and big boots and with, like, I don't know, a huge war hammer. Because, if they're going to be all up in my face anyway, I may as well specialize in that, even though I prefer to specialize in either magic or, being an archer or sniper, because my reflexes aren't that great, and so, attacking enemies from a distance is preferable. But oh well. Let's see. The production values of the game are fantastic. So, no complaints there. Everything looks good, and the art direction is good, and level design's okay. There's at least enough variation to feel like the places are a place and not just the same sprites used over and over again. Music's pretty good. The gameplay loop, as it were, traveling through the environments, occasionally fighting baddies, it's reasonably good. Sometimes it compares fairly favorably to an Assassin's Creed game, one of the good ones. But yeah, overall, I would have to say it is a decent game. It's a good game. It's not a great game. I would have preferred something that's a lot more like Inquisition, an open world and a really involved plot and a sense of progress against the enemy, things like that. But oh well. Yeah, so to sum up, it's a pretty good game. It's not a fantastically good game, which means does pale in comparison to some of the other entries in the Dragon Age series, but it's still a good game. I get the feeling that the people who hate the game had much, much higher expectations than my jaded Gen X ass ever would. So yeah, I'd say a B, maybe B minus game. I recommend playing it, but don't expect to be blown away. I guess that's all from me for today, folks. I will talk to you nice people again tomorrow. Do I look ridiculous like this? Anyway, I will talk to you nice people again tomorrow. Bye-bye.